to markets. It's all about.
Put it in a headline.
T-minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live!
Welcome to the Hunters Campfire Podcast. Pull up a chair and join Hurls, Jono and Mark as we share stories from the hunt, insights from the field, and a few laughs along the way. Whether you're chasing game or just love the outdoors, this is your place by the fire. And we're back.
Hello. What's this? I've got this big thing that says live on the top of my screen. It's really bright light. What's that all about? Who's been playing around with the Riverside settings?
I have. Where does it say
What?
live? I don't see
Mine. It's like I've got this big red light above my head now.
I can't see it.
I can't see it either.
It's okay. It's up.
Well,
there.
everyone else will be able to see
there,
it.
there it is.
Yeah, you can see it. It's weird.
Where is it? Why can't I see it? I'm missing out. FOMO.
You're not missing out at all.
Look at this one. Can you see that one?
For those listening at home, we're just playing around with the settings.
Rocking around with the studio. No, I can't see what you're looking at.
This one says subscribe, subscribe.
Yeah,
like,
don't do that.
subscribe, like.
Don't do that.
Terrible.
Don't do that. Okay.
Okay, welcome to
other than-
Thursday night podcasting at its finest.
That's
here
right.
at HQ. All right, what are we up to? What's going on? Oh man, it's been a massive week. What am I saying? What's going
It
on?
has been a massive
huge.
week.
It's been a big week. There is still sand falling out of my car.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm still recovering. I'm still exhausted.
Are you? You big sook.
I'm so tired.
You
Did
let
you
every
get-
shark
did you
go
get
just
on-
about. How can you be tired?
Yeah, that's true. I did let most of the sharks go.
I was going to say, Ian, did you get onto a bitey?
No, I didn't have a shark rig. I was.
Okay. Oh, they weren't sharing. That's very nice.
No, they were polite enough to share, but you know what? I watch these guys with their shark rigs. It is significant effort. Actually, I'm going to say that again. It's significant effort that these guys put into getting these rigs out. When you fly a 4-kilo bait 400 meters out to sea with a hook that could anchor your, a sinker that you could anchor your boat with, and then something grabs it and dislodges that sinker, which is a grappling hook, which means that it's now floating freely in the ocean. It needs dragging back in. These guys have got to harness in. They got to grab their rods, and then they've got to wind for an hour. And they're like, I've got video. It's coming out. I've got some great video of Jono being tackled by a shark and going ass over tit into the water. But
I did stuck it, didn't I?
stay tuned for that video. It's a good one. No, there's a lot of effort. So at some point, Adam said, because Adam had 2 rods, Jono had 1 rod, Adam had 2. He goes, if that blue one goes off, it's yours if you want it. I said, oh, yeah, that sounds pretty good. But I don't have a harness. Like, these guys are sitting around their harnesses waiting for the rod to go off. And when their rod goes, it's like a 3-man effort almost to get the rod out of the holder and into the harness and clipped in so they can settle in for the 40-minute fight. I didn't have no harness. I was like, so I think what I'll do is I'll grab that rod, I'll pull it out of the plastic tube that's been whacked into the sand. I'll pull the tube out of the sand, so there's now a hole in the sand. I'll put the rod in the hole, and I'll sit down on the beach, dig my heels in, and that'll be me. I'll just skull drag it in if that's at all possible. They were willing to share.
General. Yeah.
They were willing to share.
That was the general way of doing it, sitting on your bum and work it that way. I was actually, when I was watching the various links, I started looking for my Black Magic stand-up harness myself.
Oh, have you got one? Have you?
Yeah, I got an old one somewhere.
It's probably
stand-up
what I've
ones.
got.
It's probably
the old Black
perished.
Magic.
Yeah. Like all good
maybe.
webbing.
I can't find it. And I went and looked at my my big Akuma reel and my stand-up stick and went, yeah.
I could do this.
So we used to do a fair bit with it. But we didn't have drones. We either kayaked or took it out in a boat or something like that.
Yeah, it's a mug's game.
The drone certainly made life easier.
You got to be flying the stuff out.
Kayaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So it was
paddle it out.
it was good. I had the rods that were catching the bait that these guys would fly out, but I only caught one bait and we ate it. So it was a little bit uneventful.
Although I did catch a shark on the head.
Yeah.
On your tailor head, I did catch a shark on that one. So.
Yeah, that's right. So we did use that.
That was a nice tailor that your boy.
Yeah,
It was a good size.
It was
really good.
It was really good.
Size.
It was a good size greenback.
Yeah, and it fed all of us. By the time we beer battered it up and put it in the pan, it was a good trip, eh? Lots of learning come out of it. First time you were using that drone. First time it nearly got dunked in the ocean.
Nearly,
yeah. Flying the floaty drone without any floaties. All of those.
Okay.
I forgot the floats at home.
I was going to say, just expect the thing to have floats. It does have floats.
It does, but I forgot them. They're in the cupboard over there. So, yes, it was definitely a trip of learning new experiences. First time proper shark fishing. First time with a new drone. First time, trying to hook sharks like that. I've never fished like that before. So, it was definitely a learning experience. I did lose more than I caught. But that's part of the learning process. Kind of go out there and expect to get it right first time, but certainly learned a lot, took a lot away from it, and just apply it next time. So.
Yeah, we said it was a good. We used to have some great fun doing that. Did a lot of it down the Gold Coast actually, which was just through the Broadwater there.
I imagine anywhere around here you could throw that sort of rig out and you're going to pull in a shark at some point, be it the Brisbane River, Stratty, Moreton, off the coast of Scarborough, wherever. There's going to be big fish swimming out there. So
they've caught some very nice sized sharks underneath the not Victoria, the SEQ bridge there, and the freeway bridge that crosses the river under there, just there at the Kangaroo Point Cliffs. Plenty caught catch there. This time, actually, you can Google it. Just look up Brisbane River sharks, and you'll see they're right in the city with them.
Yeah.
Yep.
While we're on it, talk us through the setup, Jono. It's not just your normal surf rod and egg beater.
No, it's not. So I've got a Penn International 80W, 80 wide, with 1,000 yards of 200-pound braid on that, with a 300-pound top shot. I'll probably only can get about 50 meters of the 300-pound top shot mono. Got a short Gary Howard little Sharky rod, which is quite a beast. They're pretty sturdy rods. And then got the Black Magic stand-up harness, Mark, that you were talking about. And then rig-wise, I'm running. I got some from Shark and Shoot we spoke about, which I actually had a bit of a failure on, which we're trying to work out what happened. I hooked into a big shark and I lost it, and we didn't know what happened, and I was pretty pissed off. But the actual looks like the wire has either been chewed through or broken, or the crimp is actually pulled out. So I've actually spoken to the guy who makes the rigs, and he's as stumped as we are because it's 1,000-pound wire. So he's not really sure what's happened either. So he's made up a couple other ones, and they're on their way to me. So hopefully those ones, don't have the same issue. But he's stumped. He's never had a failure. Otherwise, those rigs were really, really good. They use the breakaway system. You were talking about that anchor. It does look like a mini sand anchor that you would have on a boat. It's a different style to the breakaway lead sinkers that we normally use. This is actually a stainless steel mini anchor, and you tie that with a thin piece of mono to the swivel, but then it's actually got a piece of wire on the opposite end. So it digs into the sand, holds your bait in place, and then when you reel it in, or if a shark grabs it, your 20-pound mono just snaps off, and then the breakaway is free to roll around or be dragged backwards with the wire, and you're not going to lose it. So it was a great system. It worked really,
so
really well.
you can retrieve the weight
I don't
as well.
have one in front of me actually. I'd share it, but it's a great system that this guy's come up with. It's a great bit of kit. I mean, Adam, when he was throwing out big baits and some of that, we had some pretty strong winds and some pretty strong currents. he was having to use 2 8-ounce sinkers to hold it in place, the breakaway sinkers, where I was just using that one single stainless steel anchor, I guess you can call it. And that worked perfectly. It was a really, really good system. With a 20-0 circle hook is what we're using. And then bait-wise, we tried, I had whole bonito, which I caught a shark on. We had a piece of shark that we used as well. So the small blackfin that I caught, we cut up and used as bait. We used tailor head. We used ray flaps, wing flaps. You name it, we tried it. But the bait of choice was freshwater eel. That worked really, really well. That got I got one
tailor
shark
head
on that.
Tailor head did all right.
I got a blackfin on the tailor head, but that freshwater eel worked really, really well. So I think I need to get a couple more of those. I need to go catch them in my local lakes, I think.
Yeah.
You heard it here.
I don't think it'd be legal in my local estate. Freshwater lake.
I don't know what eeling, what the laws are around eeling here.
I think eel is just a freshwater fish. So if you're freshwater fishing, you need a freshwater fishing license.
Well, that's for stocked impoundments, though, isn't it?
No, I thought it was.
Yeah, it is. You only need freshwater license for stocked impoundments.
I don't know if it was stocked impoundments. I just thought it was any body of fresh water.
No.
I didn't know that.
I only know that because I've recently got mine and my sons and my wife's so that we can go freshwater fishing. But we were going to a stocked impound, so that's the way it works. But
typically not your typical surf outfit. That's for sure. It's pretty specialized. Rods and reels and line and baits and traces. It's
a totally different approach to fishing, right? So normally we're there. Normally we go there in the tailor season and you're throwing spinners in there and you're just reefing tailor out of the gutters, and that's fine. Often you'll go fishing if you're fishing with bait, and even we were flying pilchards out with a little drone, and I've been doing that for years, and catching slightly bigger stuff. But you're always checking bait because pilchards don't hang on forever. Whereas this type of fishing, that last shark that Adam caught, he said when he caught it at the end, he goes, that bait was sitting out there in the water for 8 hours. We set it out there in the morning, and you just got to wait. Just got to wait your time. It was a pig eye in the end. Pig eye shark. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Very similar looking to a bull, but it had a different dorsal fin and a couple other different features to it. So Jeffrey, I think, at a hunt camp, commented on the things, said it was a good size, probably full-grown pig eye shark. And we Googled that, and that's what it was, compared it to the video. So
cool.
So that was good. But the whole point of that was, it's a get your baits out and wait type scenario, and it's an all-day sit.
Yeah.
So
we were there
take your cricket, take your footy, do something.
Take your beers, take whatever. We were there from 9 o'clock in the morning till I think we left there at 7. After 7, we were there. Caught a few sharks, lost several sharks. But we're there all day. Loved every minute of it. It was great.
It was good.
I'm just trying to think, when we serve fish in the boat, the seaway, they were pretty thick and fast there. It wasn't very long to wait for it all.
Yeah, I think different times of year the weight would be less.
Plus, the thing is too, we're basically channeling through the seaway, so anything moving in and out, it's a pretty narrow channel. You guys are fishing basically in a fairly bigly chunk of open ocean.
Yeah, that's right. But interesting to head out there and target a specific animal. Right? You're rigged up, baited up, done everything specifically to catch sharks, and that's what you got. So I think we had four come in the end, and probably 4 dropped off. Yeah, at some point. But
easily.
Yeah. Successful trip. It's great. Yeah.
It was fun dodging the storms as well, or getting stuck in storms. But...
Oh, that was a belter. Holy,
that was
wasn't
a big
it?
One.
Yeah. For those in southeast Queensland, you know what we're talking about. That big hailstorm that came over. Well, we got caught up in that on the way back from one of our day fish up the Cape, and we had to decide whether we were going to shelter under the cliffs and little trees at Indian Head,
Indian Head.
or to run the gauntlet back to camp. Of course, we ran the gauntlet rather than shelter, and we spent quite a lot of time stopped going nowhere because we couldn't see in front of us for the rain and the sand that was being churned up and a bit of hail that came down. Poor old Adam and his brand new ute. The one thing he didn't want to happen was have hail come down, and as we're all sitting on the side of the beach with nowhere to go, the hail started coming down. Like, and then it started getting bigger, and then it stopped. And I could just feel him in the car behind me going, oh shit, it's about to happen. My brand new car's about to get dented. Then we all got off without a scratch.
And camp was pretty survived pretty well. There was a few other campers on the beach that weren't so lucky. We stopped or went past a few, and they flagged us down, didn't they? Their camps got destroyed on a certain section of beach. It was
Isn't it funny? I mean, not funny that their camp got destroyed, but funny that they saw 3 cars mad enough to be driving on the beach and thought that we were the safe ones to follow. We were just the maddest ones on the beach. Good to have good quality vehicles that can handle that sort of stuff, and all is well that ends well. For us anyway.
Yeah, for us. Yeah. A few people weren't so lucky that night, but yeah.
Yeah. About you, Mark? It's been another week of heading up the bush.
Yeah, so it's only 4 weeks before we go away. So I wanted to continue to put more cameras out. So I've now got the 7 out, and also wanted to check what I've already got. I'll probably try and get up there once more before we get away. And all I'm doing is just swapping out memory cards. Interesting, bumped some deer this morning, and when I got the cards back, there's actually what looks like at least 6 stags of various size. A couple of spikers in there. There's actually, if you look at the photos, they're on Facebook. There's one that looks like it's already deformed. It's one of the ones that it's pointing down, so because they're in velvet. That's the 6 on the camera. There was a significantly larger stag. He was kind of with them, but he went a different way. And the way I know that is because they actually ran past my cameras. So I picked them up going past, which was, very fortunate. But the big guy wasn't in that group, so they must have. He's either given them the slip or they've kind of done what they always do and went the usual track, and he went a different way. So there's at least 7 up there, and looks like there's been plenty more as well. So I've most of the cameras I just changed out the memory cards. I put another camera up just where that big guy crossed over, so I was hoping maybe I can get him some video of him, or actually some stills of him, and then just for the hell of it, I went right into the kind of far northeastern corner, which is just a lantana tangle, and found some really, really fresh sign. I must have been just behind them. So I put up a camera there, but I had actually I used the surveyor's tape on 2 different trees, because if I don't come in exactly the same way, I will not find that camera. So I've had to mark it because it's right up in the messy, messy scrub. Basically, I've been trying to figure it. Today was about figuring out the tracks through the lantana over the next few months. Some of it, unfortunately, is unpassable. It's grown out, but there's other areas where I've been able to trim back and get an easier approach to some of the places I want to be. But if this is already what's happening, as in the amount of stags running around, that's really good, because last year there was no real stags till about February. So. But unfortunately, it's a long time between now and April up there. A lot of things can happen, unfortunately. Being the Brisbane Valley, there's more than the odd round of lead flying through the air off the road. So hopefully they stay away from harm and stay up in the scrub and continue to build up. Because if there's that many already running around, it might be quite a good year next year. So that's
Lucky.
it from me. That's it. Yeah. So really just checking out and always trying to get more dirt. So I'm talking to another landowner at the moment.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, while you're talking the raw, big news for us this week, Charles.
We're booked.
We're
If
booked.
that's what
We've
you're
all
talking
booked our
about.
flights.
We have
We've booked our
plane
flights, yeah.
tickets.
Yeah, we've booked our flights to New Zealand, so we are going. It's done.
Well, we're at least going.
Yeah.
We'll land there and have a spates and come back at worst. No, it should be fine. We're booked. We've got the private land booked. It's looking like an awesome block. Backs onto some private land at the back that's landlocked in. We've seen some very nice videos of the place and some of the animals that are on it. It's going to be special. Looking forward to it. Now the logistics
first time
starts.
across the ditch.
Yeah, I
First
can't
time
believe
across
you've
the
never
ditch as
hunted
well.
over there. Jeez, it's going to be
I've never been.
it's going to be an awesome trip for you. Yeah. So yeah, I'm in the middle of trying to get my passport renewed because it runs out while we're supposed to be there, which means getting it renewed now is important. I think we spoke about this last time because
Yep.
you've got to have that passport number on all your permits, and those permits have got to start getting rolled out soon. So anyway, that'll get done. And
Wow.
here's an interesting one for those that are looking at booking overseas. To New Zealand, and we're heading to Queenstown. Virgin no longer will allow you to transport trophies.
Oh, okay.
So they Virgin Australia, before it all merged back together, there used to be Virgin Australia and Virgin Blue. And Virgin Blue was the Pacific carrier, New Zealand across, and Virgin Australia was the domestic. So domestic used to not allow you, but internationally you could bring back the non-CITES list trophies. So deer are fine. Now they just have a statement that says no animal trophies at all will be permitted. So don't get caught up with that. And so that was Virgin, and what was the other one? There were two
Qantas?
that wouldn't. No, we ended up flying Qantas.
Qantas, so you're not allowed restricted, i.e. CITES. They won't travel CITES ones, but general trophies they will.
Yeah, general trophies are okay. And it's always worth ringing your airline and checking on baggage. And the reason I say that is with Air New Zealand, for example, you get a 30-kilo weight allowance, but you have to carry your rifle in a separate box. So that 30-kilo weight allowance is one bag. Same with Qantas, your 30 kilos is one bag. It's not a total, like you can't take two 15-kilo bags. It's a bag up to 30 kilos. When you carry a rifle, because they force you to put that into a lockbox, they allow you to have a second bag, right? So I've now got two bags, but still a total of 30 kilos with Qantas. With Air New Zealand, where they don't weigh your second bag. So you get your 30-kilo bag and you get your gun transported, and it doesn't count towards the weight. But with Qantas, it does. So it's worth understanding that, and I think the one thing that's worth noting when you travel with firearms, and I think way back when we spoke to Gemma Dunn, she was traveling the world competitively and doing her thing. She said, be the person who knows the rules and can point to the rules with the airline that you're traveling with. Because 90% of the time, and I had this problem with Qantas told me, no, you got to buy a second bag. And I said, are you sure? And I said, can you read me the passage? He says, yes. Ammunition. I said, no. You started the word with ammunition. Ammunition's separate. It's got its own rules. I want to know about the firearm. If I'd listened to the Qantas people, they were trying to tell me that I had to buy another bag. But by the time I pushed them to read me the thing that had the word firearm in it, it was clear that the second bag was issued no extra charge. So be the educated traveller is the advice we were given by Gemma, and it's absolutely right.
So what are you doing about ammo? You're going to buy it in country?
Yeah, we've got friends over there that'll help us out.
Sure.
Yep. Brera will sort us out.
Cool.
There's no, I just don't. Don't bother taking
Yeah, it's
ammo. And
one less hassle. Yeah.
if we can all take the same caliber, it's even easier. But that's probably not going to work out. So there we go. Because generally what happens is you go and buy yourself a 30 round or 20 round box of ammo and you shoot 2 rounds and then you got to leave it behind.
Just shoot them all off. Just
Right.
do some target practice.
The other thing that made that weird when we flew over the first time was when you fly over with your rifle, you've got to, you do your permit. You've got to describe on the permit what you're carrying. So carrying one Beretta BRX1, line 1, with Steiner Predator 8, et cetera, description of the scope, as a separate line. And then if you're carrying ammo, one box, normal whitetail, 30-06, 20 rounds goes on the permit. So then because when you go to New Zealand, you don't have to do an import permit to come back. Your export permit in reverse becomes your import permit, so you don't have to redo it. But of course, that means that you've got one box, 20 rounds. And when you show up with one box, 18 rounds, they say, no, sir, that's not what's on the description. We'll confiscate that. And they take it. Because it's not what's on the permit.
Never mind that you've shot 2 rounds.
I was on a hunting trip. Yep, but that says here it's box 20 rounds. That's not what's here. You could probably stuff a couple of 308 rounds in there and no one would check.
I was just saying, what if you put your empty cases in there?
Well, I don't know. Anyway, we had them confiscated. That was the end of that.
I think they'd be smarter than that. But
Don't think that. Don't think that you got to work with smart people. I mean, I don't want to riz on the customs people because they've got a job to do, and the people that inspect your rifle.
There must be some kind of storage facility somewhere that has
1,000 confiscated boxes.
Tens of years of useless stuff that someone has to store. It's like, here is all the things that we confiscated. So an e-bike with something like this, one of those umbrella pens type things. It's just 18 rounds of ammo. All the things in there, like an elephant foot umbrella stand. Yeah, just all this stuff. And then they go, okay, we're going to have a confiscated equipment sale, and they just sell it all then. And then it just goes back to somewhere.
Yeah, instead of to someone without a license. Just goes.
That's right. It ends up at someone's house. Oh, this is this confiscated thing I bought from the customs department.
18 rounds of 308.
That's right, 18 rounds. But not 19, not 17, 18.
18. That guy had a successful hunt and a follow-up shot. Anyway, it's just one of those processes you got to go through, and the more you go through it, the less you start shaking your head. You just know it's going to happen. It's like when you get into into customs and they've got to inspect your rifle against your permit. So you go into you literally at Brisbane Airport. You wait your turn, and then when it's your turn, you go into a room that is locked from the outside. Right? You can't get out of that room. Like, it's literally locked from the outside. You're in there with the police officer that's doing the inspections. Now, the person that did my inspections obviously knew, had a job to do, grab that rifle, ask you to grab that rifle, and she got to check the serial number against your permit. The first thing she's holding it, like she's holding it out as if the thing's going to blow up. All right, they're that untrained around rifles, some of them. And then had to ask me whether the bolt was out. Is the bolt out, sir? Well, so it's a bit weird, the whole process, but keep your cool and go through the motions and get escorted back up to drop it on a plane.
Yeah, it's my friend used to work at customs, and he said he once watched this woman in her 50s be locked in a room with a guy out of New Zealand that was a known to be returned straight away. And they were sitting there and he said, and what happens when this all goes wrong?
Yeah. When he doesn't take kindly to have spent his $300 to be here and being asked to go home again.
That's it.
Yeah,
It's like
it's a
someone's
challenge.
mum's in there with him.
Okay. Anyway, we're going to New Zealand. It's
moving
going to
on.
be fun. Moving on. Where are we?
The world of SSAA has been pretty interesting of late too. So the November column's got a fair bit of positive feedback. The edition itself, the November edition, I didn't realise I think it's got 4 different deer hunting stories in it. It's
3 or
kind of
4?
like-
4.
It's 4, I think.
I thought I brought it up here.
I
did.
It's around here somewhere. It's 4 of them.
I can get one.
You didn't?
No.
Australian shooter. It's because you're a Queenslander, mate.
Oh, but I asked to get it.
I think I just
This
gave
isn't
it
it.
away today by accident.
Last September, October.
I think I gave it away by accident.
Oh, well. I've got a copy here somewhere.
I'll get another copy pretty soon. But yeah. So yeah, I think there's 4 deer hunting stories in there. On the there's also a video getting around with with Tom Kenyon. They're talking about the new electronic membership card.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. And on SSAA TV, I didn't realise that, but we have our own playlist on there.
How good is that?
I didn't realise that. I was just looking at it and went, hang on. And to be honest, what is even more remarkable is I have my own playlist on there. I went, oh, there's me. And then, oh, there's me again in the territory. There you go. So we've got a playlist. So if you're, on SSAA TV, you'll find our videos from the territory.
And all that actually tells me is that we need to create some more content so that our playlist isn't so bare.
That's right. It also tells me that we probably need to have a bit better, I don't know, a bit more understanding of where our stuff's ending up. So, so we can go, oh, okay, we can promote that a bit better because I just found it there. Look, there we are.
There it is.
So
I'm looking at it.
That's cool. Yeah, it's there. I was just, wow, hang on. I didn't realize that. And I believe we're on TikTok, aren't we?
Yeah, you could kind of say we're on TikTok, but no one ever looks at it, and neither do we. So we're not.
Yeah,
we're not putting
I don't
anything
even
there.
have TikTok. I don't even have TikTok, but I believe we're on TikTok.
Yeah, I don't,
So-
somehow we managed to be there, but don't go rushing out to find us.
No, I wouldn't even know. So I don't even know. And I suppose the last interesting, which is forming, is that, and it's very early days at the moment, we might be at the upcoming SHOT Show in Sydney next year.
Well, you can guarantee we'll be there.
Oh, okay.
How and in what capacity will be?
Just
I
could
might be
attendees,
I might be paying for a ticket, but I'll be definitely going.
Okay.
But yes, we may have a role to play. Which
There's another kind of, I suppose, sidebar to that. I don't know if you saw it. They released from Robert Borzak Sr., speaking in the House, Dr. Samara McFedrin, I think her name is, has released a study and a research paper, and they're saying there is no link between hunting and antisocial behaviour. So basically, another thing that hunting is like a gateway to antisocial behaviour, which is often bandied around. No, in fact, no, not true at all. There's no statistics to show that at all. And in fact, there was an interesting sidebar that hunters generally have compared to the general population, a greater level of empathy for animals than non-hunters. So, and you can get that. Dr. as I said, Samara McFedrin works for a hell of a lot of very, very, she's involved in. She's director of various studies and institutes and things like that. So some really good research to flatten the if you hunt, it's a gateway to bad things, which I thought was really good bit of data to come out at the right time for this argument that having in the Parliament.
It's an interesting line, though, isn't it? No link between hunting and antisocial behaviour.
Well, there's what it was technically is that if you look at people and they define what a hunter was, a legal hunter, and the general population, no difference. So basically, what the report communicated ultimately in the end that is that hunters, there's no difference between someone who hunts and doesn't hunt in the general population. So it has no, in other words, it has no bearing on anything. It's like saying what kind of motorbike, what kind of motorbike you'll ride or something like that. There's no bearing on it at all.
Yeah. Because you could look at it another way. Antisocial being more of a loner. Likes to do stuff by himself. So there's a link between hunters and
behaviour is things or is in itself a series of things like are you more or less misogynistic? Are you more or less?
It's attitude. It's an attitude thing. Yeah. No, that's good.
Antisocial. I'd say it's introverted. People who like to be alone, and there we go. So
So yeah, quite interesting. I'm just looking through our run sheet because that's what we do nowadays because we're pros. And I suppose the kind of final thing for me that I want to share is the average Joe's concept is taken a step forward. It's now with the designers in Toowoomba. So we might have a whole new range of merch coming out. We're going to have to tell the backstory of the average Joe's once we get that up and start. But they're all I think his name's Ben up there in Toowoomba. He's having a look at the moment, putting a few things together. So, and we might actually share those just to see if we can pique some interest in people in the merch.
Ooh. Average Joe, here we come. It's like Jim's mowing, but for hunting. Jim's hunting. Mowing.
Jim's hunting.
Oh, Jim shows up everywhere in the handyman department. Well, average Joe shows up everywhere in the hunter-gatherer department.
So the average Joe was basically a term that was really first coined when we used to hunt the pilliga back in early 2010s and stuff like that. Because the first time we went and hunted the pilliga, we went with the club and you stayed at the little motor inn outside of Narrabri and you drove in every day and hunted and stuff like that. And to be honest, I couldn't stand doing that. And so the next time when I went with some friends, we stayed in the forest, and that was it. We said, "Okay, we're going to do a safari here. We're taking everything in. We're going to stay in the forest for 7 days," and that's where the average Joe safaris came from.
It's been used quite a few times on the podcast.
Yeah, well, that's where the idea originally came from, and that big live thing is still above my head. I will annoying the hell out of me.
Leave it there. All right. Mark, knife sharpener update. Is that last week's?
No. So I've got it. It's this rather industrial knife sharpener. I must admit, it makes the knives very, very sharp. So to explain really what it is so you've got like a 8-inch by 2-inch oil stone or water stone.
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, basically, and you put it on your bench and you use it to sharpen your knife. This thing basically reverses that, so it puts the knife in a fairly significant clamp, and then with an even larger kind of mounting rod, you actually sharpen it with the stone, but instead of you holding the knife and running it on the stone, you run the stone over the stationary knife.
I've got one of these.
Yeah, it's like a Lancer, but but you know how like a Lancer, it's got like the diamond thing would be like 3 inches and 3 inches by 1 inches. This thing is like uses the full steel, full stone,
the whole thing.
Yeah, so you go.
Does it have a guide rod or anything like that?
Yeah, so it's got an angle control and all that stuff, and it's very industrial, man. It is really quite an industrial, and you could do like, Saxon broadswords on this thing if you wanted.
Nice.
It's very big, and in fact, it's so big it struggles a little bit with the smaller stuff because it's massive. So I've sharpened up 2 knives. And it got one to like wow sharp type thing. They got the Benchmade to wow sharp. It's like, oh, okay. So like, you could hold up a piece of tube paper and kind of go and slice it type of thing like that. It's that sharp. It's pretty impressive. But it does take a fair bit to get used to because, it's basically meant for like meatwork knives. So, things that 8-10 inches long, whereas with the Benchmades and stuff, they're much smaller. So you've just got to play around with the angle. And I've got it set to a 15 degree, and it's working really well. And I've got 2 stones for. I've got a 200 grit, 400 grit. Then I've got a 1,000 grit and a 3,000 grit water stone polishing. So you can polish it right up and get that. The only thing I'm struggling with is getting the point exactly right because it's so big. It's actually a little bit hard to get the right angle without it slightly deviating on the angle because the stone itself is it's quite a big chunk of stone. And I had to make a clamp. I made it like a standing base for it. It's supposed to clamp to your bench, and I thought it's on my bench, that's all that's on the bench type thing.
Yeah,
so
it needs the whole
I made a
space.
stand, and I could move it around and store it. So yeah, but yeah, it's actually, and I got a strop with it as well, a strop paddle, and it's working really well.
Every group needs a knife sharpener.
I'm slowly going through all the knives in the house, sharpening them up.
Well, when you run out, let me know. I'll drop mine off. They need a good fine tuning.
It's an impressive thing.
All right, on to other gear. Review time. Well, not yet. I'm in the middle of reviewing this new thing. I don't know if I love it or hate it, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to like it a lot. So this is O-Lite's Arc Pro Ultra light. Right, so most of the hunting lights that I like are head torches or, the little O-Lite pair and 3 minis that just clip on and point forward, and you can use them while you're running, you can use them while you're hiking, hunting, whatever, like that, like what Mark's showing. And if you're not watching, then too bad. This is more like a torch, except it's different. It's square. It's it's got it fits nicely in the hand. It's how would you say the size of it? It's the size of I don't know. Trying to compare it to another object. It's bigger than a lighter, but it's not a whole lot bigger than a lighter. Anyway, it's got lots of multi-functions on it. So I'm now pointing the light. It has a torch, and it gets brighter and brighter like O-Lite does. And it has another torch when you just flick the switch on the other side, and it has a UV light in the middle, which I know is going to be useful for looking for blood at night time, which I think would have been really handy when we're sambar hunting. Throw the UV light down on the ground, see what you can pick up. Doesn't it pick up body fluids? That know what the CSI Miami use?
I was thinking about that, but to be honest,
I don't know what you guys getting up to there.
Yeah. I don't know. Will UV light pick up?
I'm pretty sure it'll pick up blood. And it also has a laser beam on it. A freaking laser beam. I don't know what I'm going to use the laser beam for, but as far as the torch goes, it's got days and days and days worth of battery. It fits nicely in the hand. It's like a great little camp torch light so far. We'll do a full review shortly. Be a little bit less haphazard than this one.
Ultraviolet light will not make animal blood glow or fluorescent on its own.
Oh, poo.
Instead, blood absorbs UV light.
Oh,
And will
excellent.
typically appear as a dark or black stain, which may offer contrast against
What
a
about
lighter
human? Does it
or
see
natural-
human blood?
So if you shoot, for instance, the Sambra on a white sheet
It'll go missing.
at night,
That's kind of sucky. Anyway, that's not the light's fault. You'll notice that the base of this light, if you're looking at the video, has the standard O-Lite charging.
He's found an
other bodily
Base.
fluids such as urine, saliva, and semen contain naturally fluorescent molecules and will glow under the UV light. So
Okay, so if you shoot it and it
shooting
does a
with
little
balls.
wee, does a little wee, you can
Or
track
nut
it.
shooting.
All right. Am I muted?
no,
No.
no, we can hear you.
Sorry about that. Has the standard O-Lite charging thing, right?
Mhm.
That I've been complaining about, a magnet base. But they must have listened to us globally, right? They've listened to us because they've added USB-C charging.
Oh wow, dual
Check
Oh,
charge.
they don't use the magnetic clip.
They do.
It does have them.
They
Oh,
have
good.
they have the Van den Bogart end,
Oh, I like
and
that.
and then everyone else in the world that likes USB-C end. So
Yeah,
choose
it just makes
your
it
charging
interesting
weapon.
and cool.
Kind of.
Strangely enough, on Amazon, they've got a UV blood tracking flashlight.
Did it come from Miami?
I don't know. I reckon that, hang on, there's lots of them, in fact.
It's probably Timu.
I don't know, I'm Timo on Amazon.
Anyway, that's the Arc Pro Ultra. I think I like it.
Oh,
I haven't had it long enough
Cool.
to decide. I've only just realised. I turned it on. And it was that bright, and I went, "Oh, it's not very bright." And then I realised if I hold the
Yeah,
button
it
down,
gets
it gets
bright,
really,
yeah.
really bright. So I'll go outside in a minute and I'll shine at the horses.
Scare the
See what
shit out of
happens.
them.
Well,
I might just go get the laser pointer and just shine it at someone
Yeah,
driving
shine
past
at some
me.
airplanes. No,
Just
shine
Well, I
shine
was-
it at
I-
airplanes.
I was using the laser pointer on the ground to make the dog go crazy. 'Cause they like to chase the
bet you
dots on
did.
the ground. That's pretty fun.
Mm.
Now I've had to hide the lights from my son because he thinks that's the best game in the world.
That's right.
Anyway,
Yeah,
O-Lite.
just watch the planes going into well camp there, mate. That's
Mm.
It's the O-Lite Arc Pro Ultra flashlight coming to a YouTube review channel called The Hunter's Campfire shortly.
cool.
A friend of mine's son got in trouble for the shining the laser pointer at planes.
So we should have.
Right.
Yeah, so
Dumbass.
when if you do it and they actually notice it, they take a bearing
Yeah, I bet they would. It's
and
dangerous.
report it, and the police turn up and say, "Hey, who's shining lights at planes here?" So
Yeah.
his son got pinged for doing it. Yeah.
Ooh,
All right, let's move on.
fans, yeah.
I'm going back to Fraser to cover off on a couple of other things
Oh, okay.
before we get into another topic that I really want to talk about. Solar. We talked about solar after the territory. We did Jono did a chat to the cameras about that tiny little bit of shade that blocks your solar, that totally destroys your solar panel's capability to push charge out. Same thing happened on Fraser. I'm not surprised, but I thought I had a better panel. I thought the panel on the roof was going to defy all solar logic and just work for me. But apparently having one fishing rod that went across the roof and cast a bit of shadow on the solar panel, my battery would not charge. It literally just said, not working. That's it. It gave me zero input. When I got home and I took the fishing rod off the roof and I left it in the sun, my 200 amp hours was charged in 4 hours or something. It was done. It just supercharged. Oh, it's just crazy. They've got to do better. There's got to be. I know they have the half cells on the on the roof systems. So each of the your panels made up of 12 or 16
Yeah, it's in
panels, and
parallel
each one of
rather
those
than single
each one of those ones is broken in half, so they can accept shade on certain cells and not destroy the
Yeah.
whole system. I don't know why they don't do that for the cars, but I guess it's a
Because
cost thing.
it's a cost.
I don't think it's a size and weight, but yeah, it'll come. But
costly.
yeah, shade definitely heavily impacts.
Yeah.
And while we're talking shade, I guess that leads into the other product that we discovered as an absolute
How
winner
good
is the Air Gazebos. How good are they?
Well, the air everythings that are coming now, like even your camper trailers,
Zephyr.
instead of having
It's
poles,
Zephyr. That's the brand, isn't it?
Zempire.
Zempire.
Yeah, well, no,
sorry,
not only
Zempire.
Zempire. So we did have. So Adam's got a Zempire gazebo, air gazebo, which we've used in the territory. We've used in Nundle.
It's a cracking
Fraser.
thing, isn't it?
Fantastic. I had I've got a smaller, Wanderer brand from BCF. I've got their little 3x3 gazebo, which weighs about, a sixth of the weight of the metal ones. And because of the dome shape of them, I had the two swags under. We had a massive storm, and I had no pooling concerns or anything like that. With
That to me was the number one best benefit those things had. I mean, the weight and the size and the just the way they go up is one thing, but the fact that they're totally resistant to pooling in a big storm is excellent. It's just the way that the whole thing just bends so much
softer,
better.
and they don't. Yeah, that you don't have to worry about the poles bending and breaking. They seem to absorb a lot more of the weight and the wind as well. Like we had some big storms come through, and there were people on the beach and in camp there where their gazebos were just trashed. Whereas those air gazebos, because they can move, they can flex, they can bow in the wind, they don't break. It's great.
Super impressive.
It's a game changer.
Yeah. Even in our camp.
How big are they in the transportable site though?
Oh, packs down to a little like a 2-man tent, probably. The one that I've got, a 3x3. Adam's is a little bit bigger, but yeah, they pack down really small. Yeah.
Adam's one's bigger, packed down because he's also got another roof cover, like a storm cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and he's got the side walls and everything on. Yeah, it's like an extra heat resistance. And he's got the walls, 3.5 by 3.5.
Yeah, mine's a little 3x3, which replaces your standard little gazebo.
And your Wanderer one, that Wanderer one, it was, you put it up on a 3x3 footprint mat. You had your two,
two swags,
king single swags. They looked like side by side on stretchers. It was a perfect setup for two swags underneath
perfect.
it.
Yeah, perfect, absolutely perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm
and what a game changer! Just the weight, size, handles the wind, handles the rain, and yeah, game changer. Absolutely.
Can you get sides for the Can you get sides for them?
You can.
Yeah, definitely worth looking at. And price-wise,
metal frames.
They're a bit more expensive, aren't they? But they're not crazy.
Oh, they're more expensive, but yeah.
But I mean, your normal metal gazebos, you pretty much expect to throw them away every year, especially with the rain. I know, Mark, I loaned you one that you took to the
yours got smashed up, though. They got
smashed up, yeah. And then I've got another one which I had at Fraser in August, which was a steel one, and we had torrential rain, and it got the water pools and the arms bend and all that.
Yeah, I've got the non-pooling version.
But they're so big and heavy and bulky, and we ended up, when we were going to the territory, we ended up taking the one off. Remember, because we're trying to save some weight out of the trailer. You wouldn't even noticed it if we had taken this one to the territory. So it's definitely a game changer. And you can get them you can get tents. You can get the tents that actually connect to the Zempire air awnings as well. You can get you name it, you can get it these days. You can get
camper trailer annexes, right? So it's designed to go, flush against the side of a camper trailer. I've been looking at those. There's lots of stuff out there, but when I first heard of the air poles, I was like, oh god, it's like an electric car, surely. But no, it's good. Unlike the electric cars. I'm converted for sure. Yep. It's going to be added to my kit list. Yep,
for sure.
So that was that one. All right. Last on my list was the new feature that has come out by some of the telcos that allows you to send.
Are we allowed to talk about this now?
No, don't tell anyone.
Okay.
Don't tell anyone. So most of you will know that there has been a feature that's been released that allows you to send SMSs via Starlink from compatible phones. So you got to have a reasonably up-to-date phone. It can be 4 or 5 generations old. Works on Samsungs, works on iPhones, which is kind of the majority of the phones that are out there these days. And when you are completely out of coverage, you'll get a new icon pops up on your phone that says SAT. You may have already seen a little icon that pops up on your phone that has just got SOS or the picture of a little satellite dish. They're all different things that do different things. SOS just means you can get a message out, an SOS message out. The little satellite thing means that, what does that mean? I can't remember. But the new SAT word, SAT, and you'll get a single bar of service under SAT. You won't get multiple bars. Allows you to send an SMS out via Starlink. No extra costs for consumer on the Telstra network anyway. There's no extra cost for the consumer. If you're on a business phone, these plans are being rolled out at the moment. I think there's a cost to business, nominal, whatever it is, but you'll see that the service is becoming available. It's available for the average consumer postpaid account. Should work. So should work. Hasn't worked for everyone that I know, but it should work.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. If you're getting the SAT come up when you're out of coverage areas, then it's working. If you're not getting it, then you're not getting it.
Out of luck. No, that
doesn't work. Doesn't work on prepay, and doesn't work on our MVNO networks, which means like if LD Mobile piggybacks off the Telstra network, doesn't work on those. So you have to have a Telstra plan.
Telstra
you're out.
Yeah,
you're out. No pop packs allowed.
I have a Telstra contract and mine doesn't work, so I need
and it doesn't work.
Foiled again.
Okay, so the reason Mark said, "Are we allowed to talk about this?" is because when we went to the territory, this service had just been released, and we've been talking about it a little bit. Is this the end of Zolio? Is this the end of InReach? Is this the end of EPIRBs, PLBs, those sorts of things? If you're now able to do SMS or SOS from your phone, and if you're now able to do messaging from your phone, does it make these other things redundant? So we put it to the test, and sadly, it wasn't reliable enough for us in the territory. And I say that we were early testing, right? And we had
early adopters.
Yep. And we had a corporate phone, my phone, that had it enabled. We had a postpaid phone, which was John's, that had it enabled that didn't work. Literally, the feature didn't function, or it just wasn't there. We don't know why. And Adam had it on his phone, and it worked. And there's a number of different scenarios where it works really, really well, and there was a couple of scenarios where it didn't really work well. And I'll tell you what they are. It seems to work extremely well if one of the parties, so if it's a two-party text message, I'm messaging Mark, I'm in the bush and I've got no service, Mark's sitting at home in his city office, it's going to work, and it just works. If one party has normal service, it seems to work fine. What we found, though, is if both parties were in the bush, both parties had no service, and you were trying to send it via satellite, it took a lot of time. And in some cases, we don't know whether the message actually got through properly, or we didn't receive the message until we got back to Starlink coverage, in which case it just picked up all of your messages anyway, and it just filled the gaps in. So at the moment, it's a new tech. It's being tested. It's going to get improved, but just beware of what might be limitations and don't rely on it. So to answer the question about the Zolio and InReach, it's not dead. There's lots of features on those two products that are better than just sending messages, like sharing maps, GPS locations, updating people at home, tracking each other like we do. There's heaps of stuff. Now, I can imagine there's going to be people out there creating apps now to do all of that cool stuff, because if you can get a message out via Starlink on your iPhone, there's no reason why you can't send that message with a GPS locator, which means there's no reason why someone's not out there right now creating apps that are going to create some pretty rich features that piggyback off that tech, which is what happens anytime new technology comes along. It's not here yet. I'm sure it'll be coming. But for now, I think the other products, they are designed to use a geostationary satellite network, which is the one at super high orbit. It is the most robust, most resilient, and works better in rain and fog and things like that. Whereas the Starlinks of the world, they're what you call LEO, low Earth orbit, they're the first ones that get hammered by weather. So, often when you need these types of things the most, is in shit weather, blizzards, rainstorms, hypothermic conditions, things like that. If we're talking about how hunters might use it, you might use it if you fall down a cliff, but you might also use it because you're just in trouble due to weather. You want to be relying on that geostationary satellite, which is what our PLBs, our Zolios, our inReaches use, not Starlink itself. It's the first satellite to fail. Hopefully that makes sense to most. I think there'll be a place for this. It'll be an excellent feature for us to use. Just be careful with it for now. It'll get better. And that's what happens with first releases, right? Now, we then went to Fraser, and I used it a lot because there's not a lot of service on Fraser, and I was text messaging back and forth to family and things like that, and it was instant. It worked flawlessly every time, no problem. So it kind of restored my faith in it after the territory, but it's just that one scenario where both parties are off air, if you like.
Yeah.
Not sure what's going on there. There's other technology in your phone, like you'll know if you're sending from iPhone to iPhone, it sends it as an iMessage. It's actually data, whereas the messaging we're talking about needs to go as a text message. So if you hold down on the message, you can say send as a text. That forces it to send it as a text. They're things that the general punter is not going to want to have to think about when he's trying to send a text message using whatever service is available. So that stuff's going to get refined. But for now, have a play with it. Let us know what you think.
Cool.
Anything to add?
I can get mine working.
Yeah. Phone a friend.
Well, I did see Elon suggested that they send AI satellites into space to basically partially block sunlight, so the planet doesn't heat up as much.
Okay. Elon.
Dude's got some ideas, and some of them work.
Some of them are great. Some of them fantastic. Blocking sunlight. Don't know about that one.
Not blocking it, just kind of filtering it a bit so it's not as hot. So global warming.
What, like rebuild the ozone layer?
Yeah, kind of thing, I suppose. Yeah.
I've had solar array on the sun-facing side, and he dropped a giant extension cord down. We could have more renewables.
That's a pretty big extension cord.
Now, while we're talking about renewables, Jono, was it you that said something to me the other day about this new theory that...
Oh, yes.
Was that you? Or was you?
It was me. It was me.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's talk about that, because this
is this like
this justifies.
Do we need to get worried about you because you're like going to run off in the bush and hide?
No, this makes me feel good about driving an ISA patrol.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Jono, help me with my fossil fuels.
So let me try and recall this, but I remember seeing a news article, and I don't know on what website it was. It could have been on News of the World or something like that. But it did state...
Totally reputable site.
Oh, yeah, of course. That oil and gas, etc., are products of geothermal activity taking place within the Earth. Therefore, they are renewable resources.
Yeah.
They're not fossil fuels, they're renewable resources because they're the activity of geothermic, or the result of geothermic activity happening within the Earth's crust. Therefore, it's renewable, so it makes Ian feel better about driving a V8.
Because I was feeling bad before.
Were you?
No.
I do not
Not at
recall. I've travelled for some kilometres in that car with you, and I do not recall any time of your weeping in the corner as you're driving
Yes.
along.
I'm so sad.
Your planet destroying.
So
No,
Yes, that is what I read.
The only thing I do remember is that occasionally, after giving it a bit of a goose, you kind of go, "Well, I better slow down, or we're not going to make the next petrol station." But that's about it.
Well, it's renewable, so there's enough of it in the next petrol station. So
Yeah. Well, it's got to
There you
renew
go.
the tank, I suppose. That's sure. It's renewable.
that's the renewable part. Yeah.
I just,
Okay.
I just put in a ChatGPT. What was the study that was recently done that discussed fossil fuels being renewable and therefore a renewable energy source? ChatGPT, I could not locate a credible study.
Incredible.
Damn you to hell!
Well, give me all the non-credible ones.
Yeah,
What is
oh,
Oh
that?
yeah,
Cool.
sorry. And then it's gone. According to the United Nations. Well, okay, fine. Okay, now we're bringing them into this.
Them
Fair
party
enough.
poopers. Okay.
Yeah, them party poopers.
Them party.
Okay. That is that. Provenance video is out. Go watch it. Like it. Tell me how great it was. That'd be good because I spent a lot of time on it. Go and have a look at Hunter's Campfire SSAA tips playlist on SSAA TV. And play the outro, John.
I'll play the outro. Oh, wow.
I got it ready today.
Excellent. I think we're done.
Most excellent.
Rightio, that's a wrap from the team at the Hunters Campfire. We hope you had a laugh, learned something useful, or at least were a little bit entertained. And you feel a little bit more pumped up for your next hunting, shooting, or outdoor misadventure. As always, a massive thanks for the support from our friends at SSAA and Beretta Australia. Whether you're out there chasing game, telling lies to your mates around the fire, or just trying to remember where you left your boots. Stay wild, stay curious, and for the love of all things blaze, stay safe, so we can see you back around the fire next time.
Groovy.
Oh, lovely. Catch you later.
See
See ya.
gents.
I'm gone.
Rightio, that's a wrap from the team at the Hunters Campfire. We hope you had a laugh, learned something useful, or at least were a little bit entertained. And you feel a little bit more pumped up for your next hunting, shooting, or outdoor misadventure. As always, a massive thanks for the support from our friends at SSAA and Beretta Australia. Whether you're out there chasing game, telling lies to your mates around the fire, or just trying to remember where you left your boots. Stay wild, stay curious, and for the love of all things blaze, stay safe, so we can see you back around the fire next time.